Oh man, here we go. It's happening again. Disneyland After Dark. And not just literally Disneyland after nightfall. I mean Disneyland After Dark, as in the special events, where after regular park hours, we get a 4-hour special themed evening. And this time, it's 80's night. Everyone's scanning in with their special tickets and getting their special wristbands. Oh yeah, look at that, it's official. Ooh, and apparently that's not all, because they're handing out special 80's night lanyards with both the sick cassette tape design and on the back, the 80's night logo. Oh, I didn't even notice that the lanyard itself has a logo on it. Sweet. Now, the 90's night that they did last year was super fun, so I am looking forward to this. For 90's night, they actually handed out free 90's themed fanny packs. And not only did I wear mine the entire night, I went full 90's with my hat backwards the whole time, too. Allie's got her 1980's Indiana Jones inspired outfit on here. And as you can see, a lot of other people dressed up to go full 80's as well. Since I was created and born in the 80's, I feel like this is authentically 80's already, which means I'm pretty much ready to party. Dude, look at this. Not a lot going on yet. Technically, there's 1 minute left until the party starts, and then we should see Main Street transform and send us back to the 80's.
Welcome to 80's night at Disneyland. The most totally awesome place on earth.
All right, here we go. It's about to start. Look at that. Mouser-sized Mickey is here. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but the Eye of the Tiger is playing. Dude, that is so awesome. Mouser-Size, of course, was a show on the Disney Channel, an exercise show from the 80's. That is awesome, dude. That's a sick outfit. Mickey looks pumped, and that's helping me get pumped. Right on, right. On the other side of Town Square, look at this. Look who we have here. Scrooge McDuck and Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales. Dude, now that is a sick pick. A lot of people think of DuckTales as a 90's thing, but it started in 1987. Every time that show came on and that theme song would start, my mom and I would sing along and dance around the room like crazy. All right, well, it looks a little more low-key than 90's night did. On 90's night, they had a whole bunch of projections going down Main Street. But according to this sick-looking 80's night map, there's a lot more going on. Just looks like we're gonna have to head a little farther into the park. Look at this, everybody has sick 80's outfits on. I am seeing a lot of leg warmers and exercise wear out here. It is really starting to take me back. Yes, you even have the 80's walk down right now. That's awesome. I'm telling you, a lot of bros in the 80's had to walk like right on to the max. Speaking of to the max, the 80's night was supposed to have a special fireworks show called Awesome After Dark Fireworks to the Max. But unfortunately, just a few seconds ago, we heard that famous Disneyland voice announcing that they have been canceled.
We appreciate your understanding and invite you to enjoy the many other 80's night offerings we've created just for you. Thank you.
It's hard to tell standing here, but there's a lot of wind tonight outside the park, so we'll just have to go to the max some other way. Well, since there were no fireworks available, they have started the Main Street dance party a little earlier. Dancing in the streets with DJ Wendy. And wait a minute, there we go. The projections have started to appear on Main Street. Well, it's a little bit late, but better late than never. There we go, now it feels like a party. Dude, and look at this. Past DJ Wendy. Look at the freaking castle all lit up. That is sick. Dude, yes, this is much better. And what the heck? Look, it's Jareth and Sarah from the Labyrinth. Dude, that castle projection makes all the difference. And that's just the beginning. Look, check this out. The whole entire Matterhorn is lit up. Look at the size of that party projection. Dude, that is insane. Right on, bro. Party. That is so nuts. Let me tell you, if we had seen anything like this in the 80's, we would have lost our minds. Back then, just having an old school TV screen out here with a fuzzy graphic on it made by a computer would have been mind-blowing. Look at this. Look at that. Whoa. Makes me kind of dizzy a little bit. I guess they were just waiting for the fireworks to be over before starting all the projections, but the fireworks didn't happen. They did do the lights and music from that weird Mickey Celebration fireworks show they had a while back. It's kind of strange. I guess they figured it was better than nothing, but now that that's over, the 80s projections are in full effect, and I am ready to party. Dude, this is sick. They should do this all the time. Now, there were not many rides added to Disneyland in the 1980s. As a matter of fact, there were only 3 rides added to the park in the entire decade, but one of the biggest things they did change around here was to build all of this back in 1983. This was all new Fantasyland. Tonight it's mostly all covered up with tarps. Snow White is under refurbishment, the carousel's under refurbishment, but luckily one of those rare 3 rides added in the 1980s is still uncovered for 80s night. Oh, that's right. A lot of people think this was built in the 50s, but Pinocchio's Daring Journey is actually an 80s classic. Not to mention Allie's favorite ride. And look at this, because it's an 80s ride just for 80s night. They've got Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio taking sick pics with the partygoers. Dude, that's a fun one. That's gonna be a keeper. Oh, this is weird. I just noticed across the way, they've got a little 80s history over here, a little Disney TV history from the 80s. Look at that, everything from DuckTales to Rescue Rangers, New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and of course, Mouser-sizing. Oh, dude, look at this. You guys remember this show, Welcome to Pooh Corner? In retrospect, that was creepy. All right, well, in celebration of the 80s, we might as well ride one of the 80s rides with no line. Now that's the real benefit of these late nights. Finally, I'm off to be an actor. Hey, Pinocchio. Oh, Stromboli! The ultimate 80s bad guy. Dude, I love the classic dark rides. And the fact that this one is from the 80s just makes it that much better. It also has the only hologram that I know of in a Disney ride, which is right inside the pool hall on the mirror that Lampwick is holding. Oh my God! Yeah. Uh-oh. Now you know why this ride gets so dark, dude. It was the 80s. Whoa! Oh no! It's everybody's mother-in-law! Oh, we made it! This is why it's Allie's favorite ride. She just likes all the little clocks, right? She always wants to buy them. Speaking of buying stuff, actually, something I really missed from the 80s was Geppetto's toy shop being in here. I guess it's never coming back, but one thing that has come back, at least tonight, from the 80s, it's one of the most beloved things they did here the whole decade. For one night only, Videopolis has returned. For those of you who don't remember or never knew, the original name of the Fantasyland Theater was Videopolis. And from 1985 to 1989, the whole concept out here was an 80s dance club. And look at this, they've brought it back. They have recreated Videopolis. They've done it. How did they do it? We're doing mad scientists. This is so crazy. I've never seen people go this nuts for a dance party at Disneyland. This is insane. They should bring this back all the time. Whoa, this is a total success. This part of the party. Look at this. We've got a camera over here. And they're getting the audience up on the screen. Wow. Your favorite character? I know why Mickey likes it, because he's got a mustache, a full-on 80s mustache.
Disney, bring this back, please. This is awesome.
Wow, this is out of control. I never thought I'd say this about a DJ thing at one of these events, but this actually might be the coolest part of the night. I mean, it's actually pretty awesome, and the crazy thing is, this place was literally built for this. Oh, man, that is awesome. Maybe it's just because it's 80s music or something, but that's way more fun than I usually have with DJs. Look at that, I almost didn't notice that they renamed the snack bar back to Yums. That's the old original Videopolis era name. And yes, it was Yums with a Z. Disney was taking it to the streets back then. Dude, I love everybody's 80s outfits out here. Videopolis is definitely the spot for 80s people watching. Look at that, pretty in pink, yeah! Ducky, nice, yeah! See, look at this, after the movie ends, Ducky gets the girl.
Have you seen Blame anywhere?
No, no one's ever seen Blaine.
I'm trying to get Andy, and I
What kind
just...
of name is Blaine?
Yeah, it's like a major appliance, no name. This is the correct ending, people. The correct ending. Whoa, this whole time I was so distracted by Videopolis, I didn't even notice that there's a sick 80s character meet and greet down here. It's freaking Roger Rabbit taking a picture right in front of Toontown. Everybody thinks you're a 90s thing, Roger, but you're an 80s guy all the way. Look at that sick pic. Thank you guys for letting us get in your picture with Roger Rabbit. Wait a minute, Roger, where's Eddie Valiant? Being a sourpuss somewhere. Sick pic. Thank you, Roger. I love you, Roger. Say hi to Robert Zemeckis for me. Heck yeah. Dude, that was pretty awesome that those people let us jump into their pic. Allie is a huge Roger Rabbit fan. Even in the 2000s, she was asking for Roger Rabbit stuff for Christmas. People had to buy vintage. She was like, please give me some Roger Rabbit toys. Whoa, dude. Look at the size of this Roger Rabbit line. That's the one tough thing about these special events. The special photo opportunities are very, very popular, which makes it really hard to do all of them. But it doesn't stop people from trying. Pretty cool seeing all the 80s outfits everywhere, and especially cool seeing all the 80s projections on things like this. I don't know why a little bit of projections can make such a big difference, but they really can. All right, from what I understand, there's a bunch of rad stuff at Tomorrowland, but before we go see that, since everyone's going that way, I'm gonna be a rebel and head west. Oh, what the heck? I didn't notice this earlier. They've actually got a new Fantasyland photo op set over here. It's a fun pic in front of a giant storybook showing the difference between Fantasyland 82 and Fantasyland 83. Well, what's even kind of cooler than the front of the book is what's behind it. Check it out, impromptu rainbow bush fun pic. Oh, I'm getting in on this. Cheese! Well, Jiminy Cricket. Pinocchio, go to school. School! Not the theater,
Not
the
this
school.
late at night.
Keep going, Jiminy, keep an eye on him. He's a truant. My primary objective is to head across the park to Critter Country, but according to our handy dandy 80s night map, there's actually another special character meet and greet on the way inside of Star Wars Land. Oh, that's right. I know all you Raylo lovers and you prequel kids think Star Wars is something from the 90s and the 2000s. But let's not forget that although the first movie came out in the 70s, the best movies, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, all 80s, baby. It's actually kind of why I like the newest movie, is because it looked like an 80s Star Wars movie again. Oh, dude, I can never get used to this. Never get sick of this. As an 80s kid, seeing a Millennium Falcon is still one of the best things ever. Anyway, somewhere back here, supposedly, there's an Empire Strikes Back themed meet and greet with none other than C-3PO and R2-D2. And wait a minute. Yup, we found it. Those are the droids I've been looking for. Look at that. It's C-3PO. Now, R2-D2 they have out here all the time now, but 3PO, that is rare. I want my picture with C-3PO so darn bad. I stood in line for so long on Star Wars night. But unfortunately, C-3PO was experiencing technical difficulties that night, so he wasn't out at the photo shoot when our turn came, and all we got was R2. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I love a good R2-D2. But a fun pic with C-3PO, that's bucket list material right there. I gotta admit, even though I've seen this before, that is pretty freaking cool. But, like I warned ya, quite a long line. That's the only bad thing for me, is I'm here to film things and I'm trying to see everything, so I never have time for those lines and I never have time for the fun pics. Oh well, someday, 3PO. Someday. Now, since we're over here in Star Wars Town, I guess I should mention, especially because everybody's been asking me for the last couple of days, that the brand new Rise of the Resistance ride is in fact closed for this and future late night offerings, although I heard that for Star Wars night specifically, it will be open, so we'll see. Oh, all right, at last, we've reached Critter Country. Wow, you don't hear people say that very often. But back in 1989, they were saying it all the time, because back then, this thing right here, Splash Mountain, was brand spanking new. Which is why it's a no-brainer to have a sick pick opportunity down here with Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox. Dude, Check that out. Now, I've heard that they've also had Brer Bear out here periodically throughout the night. I guess they're rotating shifts over there. It's nice that they're all getting along these days. Now, my plan was to actually ride Splash Mountain, since, of course, it's one of the 3 rides added to the park during the 80s. But I don't think Allie is going to let that happen, at least not right now. But Allie, it's from the 80s.
It's cold. I don't want to get wet.
Okay, well, I'll grant you a temporary reprieve. But if we have extra time, we are going on Splash Mountain, okay? Okay, she said okay. Oh, now I have a big incentive to hurry. Wow, look at that. The Haunted Mansion is getting its crazy refurbishment, so it's all covered up. Kind of nice that it's getting maintenance, but it looks like somebody humbucked the Haunted Mansion. Oh, Lord, if the ghosts weren't enough, we've been humbucked to boot. Ooh, wait a minute. Look at Rivers of America. What's going on over here? Ooh, apparently they've got some sort of 80s All-Stars band thing going on out here on the raft on the Rivers of America. And according to the guide, they should actually be playing right now. But from what I understand, they're having some sort of technical difficulty, so they're running a little late. Oh, goodness, first they humbucked the mansion, now they humbucked our boat. Whatever shall we do? Well, that just makes it a little easier to tear ourselves away and head to Tomorrowland, which is where we're heading next. Oh no, there's just under an hour left. The 80s are flying by so quickly. I just realized at the end of the night we're gonna lose the 80s again. No! I want to stay in the 80s forever. Especially because that's when we got one of the greatest rides of all time. The other ride added in the 1980s, Star Tour. In 1987, Adventure Through Inner Space became Star Tours. The first ride ever where you could live the movies, live the Star Wars, by hopping on board a Star Speeder headed to Endor. Oh, I miss the original Star Tours. It was one of my favorite rides of all time because I grew up in the dark years. The time between the Star Wars movies and the prequels, when we didn't know if there would ever be any more Star Wars ever again. And other than the VHS tapes, the only place you could experience the Star Wars and the only place with any Star Wars merch was right here at Disneyland with good old Captain Rex. And if the rumors are true, and it looks like they are, then inside the overflow line for Star Tours is a sick pick opportunity with none other than Captain Rex himself. And I don't mean DJ Rex from Star Wars Land, I mean actual old school bona fide Captain Rex from Star Tours. Holy cow, dude. Holy crap. That is an actual old school Captain Rex from inside the ride. And for some reason, this is the shortest meet and greet line I've seen all night. Oh my gosh. It is my destiny. I have been through a lot of Disney photo opportunities in my time, but this might be the coolest one. Oh my gosh, it's almost my turn. This is actually happening. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look how close we get. It's always my dream to touch Rex. That is so freaking sick. Hello, old boy. We never got to Endor, did we? But we had good times. Good times. See, I didn't touch. Look at that. I followed the rules. I didn't touch. No touching, not touching, not touching. All right, get in here, Allie. Ready? Sick pig. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Dude, that was awesome. So many sick pics. Oh no, from what I'm told, there's actually yet another Star Wars meet and greet photo opportunity that we haven't seen yet. Beyond the Star Trader, beyond the Pizza Port, over at the Star Wars Launch Bay. Ooh, and not only that, but look at this. Apparently the Launch Bay is also the location of the 80s Nite merch. By the way, you look really cute. I've never been so attracted to Indiana Jones. Now, I heard the lines were a little tasty, a little juicy, a little long earlier, but look at this. This doesn't look too bad at all. Dang, I feel bad for all the people earlier who stood in line for like 2 hours. Look at this stuff. Look at the goods. This isn't event-specific stuff. They always have this. Well, other than the phone cases, of course. Those are looking pretty sweet. The really juicy stuff is just ahead. Oh, dude, look at that t-shirt. That is sick. It's gonna be pretty hard to choose between that and whatever comes next. Oh, and look at that one. Dude, look at that lady's shirt. You want them both, don't you, Allie? All right, get them both. Okay, well, I guess there was some advantage to waiting in line earlier because other than those extra tiny sizes and the very extra large sizes, all the shirts were sold out, and so were all of the exclusive pins. You snooze, you lose, but Allie won because she's that tiny, weird size. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I was supposed to look for the photo op in there, but I was just told it was actually back in the Starcade, so we'll get to that in a minute. In the meantime, look at this. There's a sick pic right there behind the Tomorrowland Terrace stage. It's the slate for Totally Mini, the video, which is the theme of this dance party over here. Totally Mini, you're on DTV video shoot. Okay, it's a little bit of a weird name, I grant you that. But apparently Minnie Mouse has been out here on and off all night, and the theme is that they're shooting a music video for her. I wanted to rock out and wait and see if Minnie Mouse was coming back, but there's just no time. There's only 15 minutes left of the 80s party, and unlike Marty McFly over there, I don't have a time machine, so we've got to keep it moving. Oh, here it is. The final photo op, the only one we haven't seen, I think, inside the old Starcade, which I'm surprised they didn't bring back for today. You know, throw a couple of coin op machines in there, a little video game action. Anyway, inside of there, they're doing a photo op with some Ewoks, the same as they did at Star Wars Night. Unfortunately, for some reason, they cut off the line early, well before the end of the event. So we can't go inside and take a look. They won't even let me peek in the door. So unfortunately, I guess we weren't able to see them all. Dang, we were this close. At least no one can accuse us of not trying. How many minutes left? 10 minutes. Well, other than a bunch of food stuff that I can't eat, I don't see anything else on this handy-dandy guide that we didn't at least try to see. And you know what that means? It means if we pump our legs fast enough, we might just have enough time, since Star Tours is technically not the same ride as it was in the 80s, to hop on to that other awesome 1980s classic, the one I know you've been dying to get on, 1989's classic Splash Mountain. Hey, wait a minute. What the heck? Look at this! Look at this! There they are, the 80s All-Stars, rocking the rafts of the rivers of America with a little Billy Idol, no less. Oh, dude, you can never go wrong with a little Billy. Side note, one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. Oh, there's no time. I'm sorry, Billy. There's no time. We've got to make it to Splash Mountain. We have to. Oh, my gosh. It is 12:57, so close. But I think we just made it. We're in the barn. We're in the barn. Oh, okay. Well, I know that Star Tours opened up in 1987, but to be honest with you, I was too small in 1987 to ride Star Tours, so Splash Mountain in 89 was really, for me, the first new ride that I can remember opening up, seeing all the hype on TV and everything, and then actually coming down to Disneyland and standing in this long line for. It was the perfect ride to be opening that year, too, because it was freaking hot. I remember sweating through the whole queue. Are you excited? You stoked about this? You love getting wet on the ride? Yeah, rock and roll, 80s, party on, dude! Excellent! We have to do this. It's 80s and we didn't get to fireworks to the max, so we gotta ride to the max! Extreme! Oh yeah, look at this. No line at all. What the heck? No love for the 80s rides on 80s night? Oh, yes. What a fun one. Dude, here we go. This is a terrible idea. This is how we actually closed out the 80s at Disneyland with the new Splash Mountain. So really, if you think about it, it's technically the perfect way to close out 80s night. Yeah, right on, right on, righteous. Check it out. Splash time, totally radical. Oh, whoa, whoa. Dude, gnarly to the max. This is like some wicked log action, bro. These flumes are totally tubular. Right on, wicked splash action. I love the 80s. Listen to that. That's Rufus the Bear Country Bear from the old entrance cave. Whoa, radical. We pumped the brakes, bro. You ready? Here comes our first splash. Right on, Foundation. Oh, gnarly! Hey, look at... I just realized it's actually been quite a long time since I've been in the Disneyland Splash Mountain. It's very different than the Walt Disney World would. For one thing, it's much darker. Not in terms of tone, just literally physically darker. Hi, Brad Rabbit! All right, guys. Here we go. Getting pretty close to that interior drop. Here we go. Well, I only have myself to blame. Look at that, Brer Rabbit's laughing, the water's jumping, my pants are moist, everything is just hunky-dory. Whoa, bummer, mood change.
He sure ain't laughing no more.
This is happening, you guys. 1989's newest ride, the ultimate ride of the 80s, Splash Mountain! And here we go! Woo! Oh! We did it! High five! Down low! Too slow! Oh, I feel more 80s than ever. See, that wasn't so bad. How wet did you get?
Just my pants a little bit.
Oh, boy. Yeah, my pants are honestly pretty soaked. Reminds me of that time in second grade where Mrs. Turner wouldn't let me go to the bathroom and I swore to her that I really needed to go. And she wouldn't listen and eventually, moist pants. Hey, look at this though. Everybody's celebrating the 80s. It's actual 80s were so satisfactory. All right, gang. It is now 1:07. Technically, Disneyland is now closed. And that means, unfortunately, that this 80s night event is over. Dude, that went by so fast. There was so much stuff to do in so little time. So I feel like we haven't even had time to breathe. Where does the time go? Well, luckily we got a couple of sick pics and even more sick memories. And speaking of sick, actually both of us are still trying to recover from the last dregs of having a bad cold. So now that we're soaking wet, we should probably get out of here as fast as we can. Are you pretty soaked over here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see through my pants.
Really? I don't know. I can't see through them. Maybe later. I mean, what I can see looks nice, but don't worry, they're not see-through. You're okay. You're okay. That's why I never wear white pants. Oh, look at this. Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear over there are taking their final picture of the night with their final guest. The party really is over. Yay, there they go. You did it, Brer Rabbit. You did it, Brer Bear. You held out until the very end. The very end. Look at that. There they go. Back to the briar patch.
That was unbearable.
They've done their duty. They're going home to sleep well. Which is exactly what we should be doing. Actually, if you think about it, we did manage to do quite a lot of stuff, or at least see a lot of stuff. If we'd have had this much more time, I really wanted to ride Indiana Jones and the Jungle Cruise, because I heard that the Jungle Cruise skippers were peppering in a lot of 80s references into the humor tonight. Ah, well, 80s night may be over now, but not to worry. They are going to have some more Disneyland After Dark events coming up pretty soon. And I'm not sure I'm going to be in town for all of them, but I do have tickets to all of them. So it looks like we're going to be back here partying at Disneyland After Dark in the very near future. Dude, look at that. It's like a dream. It's already over. The castle is all back to normal. No more 80s projections on the Matterhorn. No more projections on Main Street. Just about the only thing left of the party is DJ Wendy's boombox. And she didn't even play my tape. Where is DJ Wendy now? I guess she's back in storage until the next Disneyland After Dark event. Well, guys, I was hoping to play you out to a sweet time-lapse of all those 80s projections. But unfortunately, that does not look possible. Seems like 80s night was all just a dream. And since there's no more 80s partying left to do, you know what that means? It means we've done our duty. It's time to go home, get dry, and sleep well.
Bye-bye.
You've been exercising the whole time, bro? Dude, you're buff!
Look at, he hardly even broke a sweat.
You're so physically fit, Mickey! Good night! See you next time, Mr. Mouse. See ya. Did you see Mickey's pecs? Dude, that guy is, he's buff. Oh man, no wonder he has so many water parks. He's not ashamed to take his shirt off, unlike me. Gotten a little soft.
And I'm so mad because the shadow didn't catch.
Over the years. Don't tell anyone though. Oh, it's embarrassing. No, Mick V, the original inspiration for Mr. Dapper, according to the voice. No, hey, hello. Now, what'd you think of 80's Night?
I thought it was kind of bland.
Whoa!
I would prefer 90s Night.
Whoa! More of a 90s guy, huh? More of a 90s guy?
Actually, I like the 80s more, but 90s Night was just
They did.
top-notch.
90s Night was pretty awesome. You just
Yeah.
like the fanny pack. You didn't get a fanny pack.
Yeah,
and
we
you're
got a
upset.
fanny pack. What is this?
Janelle, which one? What do you think? 80s Night or 90s Night?
90s night.
What year were you born?
93, 90.
Oh, so you're a 90s girl, and you're a 90s girl, and we're 80s boys. Just a couple of 80s boys with some 90s toys.
Oh.
That's rude. I shouldn't have said that. It rhymed. I'm sorry. Inappropriate. Make me rub my foot. My dogs are barking. My Plutos are barking. Make me. My Goofy's are. Wait, is Goofy a dog still?
Yeah, he's a dog.
Then why doesn't he have a collar?
A lot of people would say he's a cow.
He's a cow?
I've been
Who
hearing
says
the
Goofy's a
news that
cow?
He's a cow.
Goofy's not a cow. His name is Dingo in French, which I think means dog.
Oh, it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Goofy's a dog.
Goofy's definitely a dog, but he doesn't wear a leash, so he's gonna get in trouble. Now, where the heck did I leave my car? Let's see. Could it be the only one in the parking lot? Check it out, impromptu rainbow bush front. Yeah, I flubbed that one. Wait, what did you just say? Why is the real reason I can't wear white pants?
Because you can't keep them clean like I can.
Yeah, that's true. That is the real reason. But I want people to think it so that they're not see-through.
Oh.
I don't want everyone to fear my butt. You know, the way that others do.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. It weens. It weens. I was gonna say it means, but I said it weens. It weens! Now I can't even think of what I was gonna say. Well, you're always cute to me. Especially when you're home with me, alone. With no shoes on. And I've got no shoes on. But for some reason we're both wearing smoking jackets and we've got bubble pipes. That's the best.